The following is a production of CUTV Sports.
2014 has been kind so far to the California Vulcans. California is 4-1 in the new year. On the other side of the ball, the Crimson Hawks have struggled. After winning the first two games, IUP has since lost the last three. The Vulcans are hoping that streak continues tonight at the KCAC. Hello everyone, and alongside me, I'm Allison Steinheiser. Alongside me is Matt Hagee. And Matt, California had a convincing win over Clarion on Wednesday.
And a win they definitely needed after coming off a heartbreaking loss at Pitt Johnstown last Saturday. They won by a score of 77-66. Score is a little closer than the game really was. Cal dominated from the start. As you see, Ashley Hines and Caitlin Fratz each had 14 points, and Arena Kukla had 8 rebounds off the bench.
Now on the other side of the ball, IUP had a very tough game at the Hammermill Center against Gannon, and the result was not favorable for them.
The result wasn't favorable, but it's really tough for any team to win in the Hammermill Center against the number 2 ranked Gannon Golden Knights. Cal figured out earlier this season, but the key is to have Marita Matthew back with 13 points in her first game back in 7 games missed.
Marita Matthew is very important in taking a look at the players to watch. First, for California, you have to look at Ashley Hines.
Ashley Hines, team's best rebounder, and she's a playmaker, and she does it all off the bench. She's got that great senior leadership, one of the leaders on this team, and she's probably the most physical underneath the boards for the Vulcans, provides great minutes and great points for the team.
Yeah, coming off the bench, she averages 7.3 points per game. Now on the other side of the ball, you see Marita Matthew, as you said, coming back from an injury, and she's played an important role.
Marita Matthew is a player that IUP cannot afford to lose, and we see that even though she came back and played a nice game against Gannon, it's just she's getting back in the rhythm and getting back into the system of IUP, and they need players like her to end the losing streak that they're on right now.
Up next, it's the Vulcans and the Crimson Hawks from the Kovalchik Convention Center, next right here on CUTV.
NCAA Division II has much to cheer about, as nearly 100,000 student athletes compete with passion and pride. And I'm pleased to share the best news of all. Student athletes are outperforming the rest of the D2 student body in graduation rates. Just another reason why you'll hear us say with pride, I chose Division II. Learn more at d2sa.org.
Let's take it to the field. I come through like a freight train, about to push the line back. Only see the gold line, don't matter if your line stack. Because I'm a soldier, you can see my face paint. Know that I'ma get mine by knowing that the rest can't. We ready for 'em, let's get it on. We ready for 'em, let's get it on. We ready for 'em, let's get it on. We ready for 'em, let's get it on.
California Vulcan basketball on CUTV, brought to you by First Niagara, JD Waterproofing, Lee Supply Company, the Physical Therapy Institute, Trip Total Media, and UPMC Health Plan. Taking a look now at the tail of the tape between these two teams, you see it's a pretty evenly matched game.
And it's pretty evenly matched, and you can see by their records, they're both very similar. IUP 2-3 and the SAC Cal 3-3. Cal just gets out in the edge there in the scoring. Field goal goes to IUP. Really, it's just back and forth. Very, very even across the board. It should be a very even game today.
It is pretty evenly matched, as you said, and there is one change to the starters, but we're going to take a look at the projected starters for California. Number 2, Emma Mahadi. She will be starting. Chelsea McKnight will not. Ashley Hines will start for her. Caitlin Fratz will be in the lineup. Mickey Glenn will as well. You have Elena Antonenko rounding out those starting 5 for California. And Ashley Hines, we talked about, she's our player to watch. She's been very strong the past couple of games. It's nice to see her get the start.
And she really deserves it. You know, she's always been known for her bench presence, coming off the bench and changing the course of the game. But the way she's playing, I'm very happy that Coach Strom gave her a start today, gave her a chance to really take over and really start off the game well and maybe open up that bench for maybe somebody like Irina Kukul.
Absolutely, that's a good point. There are a lot of veteran players that can come off the bench for California and succeed, but those starting 5, you're going to want to get off to a strong start for head coach Jess Strom, and she's definitely sending a message of energy and physicality early against a rivalry team in IUP.
And they've never won in the Kovalchik complex. They haven't won in Indiana in about 3 years. So you got to, as always, at a tough rivalry game on the road, you got to start off fast, get the lead early, force IUP to call a timeout, and really put the pressure on them. And they already have a 3-game losing streak, and make them, keep them thinking that, get in their heads that they're still on a losing streak and take over the game.
And you saw their first-year IUP head coach Tom McCollin, he's sending out his starting 5 as well. It will be Stoner, Brooks, Matthew, and a couple of other players that we'll get as the game starts off here. California gets the tip. Glenn gives the ball to Mahadi on the wing. Tried to go back inside. It gets stolen away, though, by Brooks. Matthew brings it up, gives it quickly to Stamp. Stamp goes in, and her shot will not fall. Rebound comes to Brooks. Brooks kicks it out. Matthew for 3. That's good. Matthew starts out quick.
There she is, Marita Matthew, coming back from injury, and they let her wide open, and she makes the Vulcans pay, and IUP strikes first.
Mickey Glenn brings the ball up for California. She finds Fratz. Fratz tries to spin off Matthew. She makes one move, goes around another, can't get the shot to fall. Rebound comes to Stamp. Matthew brings it up. It's going to slow it down. Gives it now to Fairman. Goes back inside to Stamp. Kicks it back out to Matthew again from 3. That will not foul. Rebound comes to Hines.
There's Ashley Hines grabbing those rebounds. Big. You're going to need her against a very good IUP team.
On the wing, it's Mahadi. Looking for some help. She goes to Antonenko, top of the key. Tried to go inside to Hines. That pass too hard, gets stolen away. Matthew's going to bring it up. She finds Stamp. Stamp drives inside. She has a lane, gets the shot up, but does not go in, and Antonenko comes down with the rebound.
Great play with Antonenko stopping the approach of Stamp and blocking the shot without even giving the foul and giving the Vulcans another chance to cut into the lead and get on the board.
Mickey Glenn brings it up, gives it to Mahadi. Mahadi tries to drive inside and draws the foul against Brooks. That will be her first, team first.
Brooks going in a little too hard there on Emma Mahadi near the bench. It'll be the first foul of the game. Mahadi, good job by drawing the foul there on Zanee Brooks, sophomore out of Erie. Villa Maria all-girls school up in Erie.
Leslie Stapleton checks into the game for Brooks. See, Stapleton has the mask on there. Mahadi gives it to Glenn. 25 seconds on the shot clock, so they have time to run a play. 18-12 left to go in the first half. Vulcans down 3-0. Glenn finds the lane, looks to drive inside, pulls up, throws up a shot. That will fall, and the California Vulcans get their first points.
We haven't seen much of Mickey Glenn putting up the big point totals that she did earlier in the season. She gets off to a nice start there with a nice basket, a lefty touch there, and cut the lead to 1.
Matthew brings it up, gives it to Stapleton, now to Fairman. Fairman gives it to Stamp. Fairman gets it back. She looks to drive inside. She will over Antonenko. Her shot will not fall. Tipped away by Glenn, and now goes to Fratz. Fratz brings it up quickly here, trying to beat the defense. Throws up a shot. That's no good. Stamp comes down with it. Stamp brings it back the other way, trying to beat 4 Vulcan. She maintains control. The shot will not fall, though, when it comes to Mahadi. Glenn brings it up now. She's looking to drive inside. She will, throws up a shot. That won't fall, and back and forth. Neither team can get a shot to fall. 2-on-1 quickly, and it's Stoner. Stoner goes in, her shot won't fall. The rebound comes to Stapleton. Stoner kicks it back out to Stamp, and that is good for 3.
And with all that back and forth action, eventually a shot was going to fall, and IUP getting their second 3 of the game. They scored. Both their shots have been both 3s and extend the lead to 6-2 here early on.
16:54 left to go in the first. 15 seconds on the shot clock as Frats calls out a play. She gets around one defender, drives inside, throws a shot, gets it, and one on the play. So she's got a chance to make this a one-shot game.
And you can make a case that Caitlin Frats is definitely be one of the MVPs for the Vulcans this season. After a slow start to the season, she's really come on strongly, putting up big point totals, and does a great job there drawing the foul and getting a shot to make it a one-point game.
You're absolutely right. The junior has come on very strong in the past couple games. She got off to a little bit of a slower start than I think the coaches would have wanted, but she has absolutely come on strong whenever it's countered and worked her way into the starting lineup as she finishes off the 3-point play.
And it's always tough transferring from a new school and getting a new system. So we see IUP throws the ball away, another turnover for the Crimson Hawks, and the Vulcans will get a chance to possibly take the lead here.
And California has to capitalize on these turnovers. IUP is giving them chances right now. They've only been able to hit 2 shots in this game, but California hasn't been able to capitalize so far on it. Mickey Glenn brings it up for the Vulcans. Glenn tries to drive inside. She is going to take it herself over 2 defenders, and that is good. 2 points for Mickey Glenn. The Vulcans have their first lead of the game.
I'm so excited to see Mickey Glenn off to a great start here. She's got 4 points already, 4 of the 7 points, and she's only a freshman. It's very exciting to see what she brings for the future, not just for this game.
It's going to be a push inside. I believe it's going to go against Ashley Hines. It will. That's her first, team first. So it'll be a fresh shot clock for IUP with 16:13 left to go in this first half. Nathy gives it to Fairman. Kicks it back out to Stapleton. Stapleton looking for some help. She gives it away to Hines. Hines brings it down quickly. She's going to go in, and that is no good for Ashley Hines. She gets her on rebound, throws it back up, and that one will be good, and there's that determination.
And there's why Coach Strom started Ashley Hines in the first place. Steals the ball away, takes it down, doesn't miss the first shot, but she gets it right back and gets another basket for the Vulcans.
Mahadi tipped a pass but was not able to capitalize as it came back to IUP. Stamp now gives it to Stapleton. Stapleton to Fairman. Still on the outside, 7 seconds on the shot clock. They try to go inside, and it gets tipped off of Mahadi. Ashley Hines is going to check out of the game. Shanice Clark will check in for the first time today.
And we do have a media timeout.
And that brings us to our first media timeouts. Take a look at some highlights.
And here's the player of the game so far for the first opening minutes, Mickey Glenn. She's got 4 of the 9 Vulcans points there. Really needs some big points from her in the game. She hasn't put up as many big point totals as she's done earlier in the season. And IUP has scored from 2 3-pointers so far. They've missed a lot of easy shots early, and IUP needs to start hitting those lower shots. And Caitlin Frats, you know, can't say enough about how much she's meant to the Vulcans this season. Great drive. She's got the and one there. And Mickey Glenn giving the Vulcans the lead so far with that shot. And the Vulcans and Ashley Hines right here getting her first start of the season. Ashley Hines going inside there. You'll see she'll miss her first shot, and over 3 IUP defenders grabs it and puts it back in to give the Vulcans our 9-6 lead where we're at right now. Ashley Hines really just showing why she deserves that start. We'll look at the team leaders here. Emma Mahadi leading the pace in the way with the Vulcans, 12.6, and there's Ashley Hines, 6.3. Mickey Glenn really directing the offense, only as a freshman, 42 assists, and then Ashley Hines has already added to that steal total already with 29, make that 30. IUP team leaders, Stamp leads the way with 19.6, one of the top scorers in the PSAC, and so you see Ashley Stoner there with 6.9 rebounds. She's a big matchup there with Ashley Hines. We'll see how that plays out as the game goes along.
Yes, we will, and IUP will only have 6 seconds to work with on this shot clock. With 15:26 left to go, they're gonna 5 seconds now. Fairman quickly gives it to Matthew. Matthew throws up a shot and does not fall, but it resets the shot clock. The Vulcans get the rebound, however. Mahadi gives it back to Glenn. Back to Mahadi. Looking for somebody inside. She finds Kukul. Bounce pass to Fratz. That does not fall. And Stoner comes away with it. It's Stamp bringing it up. Her shot will not fall. Fratz gets the rebound. Fratz brings it up. It's 1-on-3 right now. She pulls up, takes the shot. That won't fall. Rebound bounces around. Good job by Stapleton to stay in bounds.
This game's going at a track meet so far. Back and forth action. And a lot of shots aren't falling so far for both teams.
That shot does not fall either. And at the media timeout, California was 4 for 8. IUP was only 2 for 6.
That just shows great defense by the Vulcans, but IUP's had some easy looks inside there to get on the board, but they've completely missed. And the only reason why they're on the board is because of 2 3-pointers.
Glenn's shot will not fall, and the rebound comes to Stoner. Matthew brings it up. Looks for some help. She finds Stapleton. They're trying to set something inside. Stapleton looking for some help, but she's double teamed. She tries to make the bounce pass, stolen away by Fratz. Caitlin Fratz goes in all alone, and that layup will fall for Caitlin Fratz. The Vulcans with their biggest lead of the game, 11-6, and IUP is going to take a timeout.
And there's that early timeout I said the Vulcans needed to force early in this game, and they have done it. The Vulcan defense has been great all game. You see they pressured there, and see Ashley Hines here going. This was the play earlier, but Caitlin Fratz finally intercepted the pass and went all alone for an easy layup. Both teams still struggling with those short game shots. As we see, here's the steal right here. Caitlin Fratz, she's taking it all alone. Easy 2 points. Caitlin Fratz got probably one of the fastest girls on the court right now, and the Vulcans getting an early 5-point lead with 13:58 here at the Kovalchik complex.
Absolutely, and Jess Straub has to be happy with what she sees out of her team. As you said, they got down whenever they gave up those 2 3-pointers, but since then, their defense has been solid, forcing IUP to take shots that they do not want to.
And IUP said, even IUP's tried to work inside, and the Vulcans have said no. And the shots IUP has tried to take, they've just completely missed, and the Vulcans already have to be out rebounding them so far.
Stapleton goes around to Fairman. Fairman almost has that stolen away, but there's going to be a travel called, so it will be just the same as California will get the possession with 13:48 left to go in this first half.
Very sloppy start for IUP, and this is one of the reasons why IUP is on a 3-game losing streak. They've just been absolutely sloppy with the ball and very careless, and the Vulcans are taking advantage early.
Kukul drives inside, throws up a shot. That will not fall. The rebound does come to Stamp. Now it's Stapleton bringing it up. Stapleton goes to Stoner. Stoner kicks it out to Watson. Watson's going to reset the play. Watson gives it to Stapleton, now to Fairman. Fairman had Stoner cutting inside, instead she gives it to Stamp. Stamp turns, takes a shot with 4 seconds on the shot clock. That hits nothing and goes out of bounds, so California will have possession as Brooks will check back into the game.
More great Vulcan defense there, and they forced Stamp to take a very awkward shot that landed out of bounds and even hit the rim. And I'm just impressed with how the Vulcans have started so far here. Great defense. They got to start making those easy shots fall. If they do that, they might be talking about running away with this here.
Kugel's shot does not fall. Shanice Clark's shot does not either. The rebound bounces around and comes to Brooks. Watson will bring it up. Going to try to get the play set here. She's going to look to drive inside herself. Instead, she pulls back up, looks for some help now, finds Brooks. She's trying to drive inside on Kukul. Her shot will fall, and that's IUP's first points in quite a while.
Finally, IUP gets a 2-point shot there. Nice play there by Zane Brooks. Work it inside. It's probably the best look they've had all game, and they finally get it done.
Kukul throws up a 3. That's no good. Clark goes after the rebound, saves it, keeps it in bounds, and gives it back to Kukul. Kukul drives inside, gives it to Clark. Clark's shot will not fall. She gets her own rebound and throws up a shot, and she's going to be fouled on the play by Stamp.
Boy, Shanice Clark making that whole play happen there, saving the Kukul 3-pointer, firing it back to Kukul, and she works inside, draws a foul. Vulcan's really getting it done underneath the board so far.
Clark at the line. Looking for her first points of the day. She misses her first. Shanice Clark on the year. Only 7 for 18, now 7 for 19. And Ashley Hines is checked back into the game. Clark's second shot is up. That one is good, and she will sub out for Elena Antonenko. 12:05 left to go, and another turnover by the Crimson Hawks as that pass just goes through the feet of Watson. California will get possession, leading by 4.
I have no idea what that play was doing right there. I mean, it's just a simple execution to get outside there. Another bad turnover for IUP here. Vulcans see if they can extend this lead.
California been able to go deep on their bench already in this game, but that one's stolen away. Matthew brings it up. Pulls up, waits for some help, and she finds Wareham. Goes back to Matthew. Matthew gives it to Wareham. Now to Watson. Stapleton now on the wing. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brooks drives inside. She throws up a shot. That is good for Brooks, and IUP makes it a one-shot game once again.
Zanae Brooks really having a nice game so far. She's been the only presence the IUP's worked inside so far, as Antonenko is going to get called for a travel. And the Vulcans, they had a chance to take advantage of the IUP turnovers, and now they're making costly turnovers themselves.
You see here Antonenko looking to drive inside as we've reached our media timeout. And with that, California leads by 2 with 11:24 left to go in this first half.
Need to know what's happening in your area? CUTV News Center brings you your best local news. Events on and around campus. Local weather. Vulcan sports coverage. CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
Welcome back to CUTV's coverage of Vulcan women's basketball. The Vulcans lead 12-10 with 11:24 left to go in the first half. IUP with possession. Matthew has it. She gives it back to Watson. Watson back to Matthew. Cross-court pass to Wareham. Wareham does keep possession. Gives it now to Watson once again. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Wareham gets it back to Brooks now. Across the court to Matthew. She was open for 3. Yes! Marina Matthew with another 3. And IUP leads this game by 1.
IUP working back in this game as they finally take the lead back from the Vulcans. Second 3 for Marina Matthew. And this is the kind of shots they've missed for Matthew. And to have Matthew back is so huge for the Crimson Hawks.
Chelsea McKnight seeing her first action of the game. Looks to drive inside, but she's going to get called for the double dribble. And checking into the game will be Mickey Glenn.
Versatile fortunes are happening now as IUP is starting to hit their shots and Cal's starting to make some turnovers. We go back, Atlanta Antonenko had that traveled on the last offensive possession for the Vulcans, and now you can see another costly turnover. IUP looks to see if they can extend the lead here.
10:24 left to go in the first half. Watson looks to drive inside. She pulls back up. She's going to try again. She gives it to Wareham. Wareham gives it back to Watson. Pressured immediately on the outside. Steps around Antonenko. Her shot will not fall. Rebound comes to Glenn. Glenn gives it to McKnight. McKnight inside to Antonenko. She throws up a shot, and that will fall, and the Vulcans take the lead right back with 10 minutes to go in the half.
Elena Antonenko with her first field goal of the game. She gives the Vulcans back. She just came off the bench in the last possession. As you see another big shot here. The rim, and Mickey Glenn with another rebound.
Glenn is now going to bring it up for the Vulcans. Drives inside, throws up a shot. That is good for number 21, Mickey Glenn. She's up to 6 points on the day. Mickey Glenn definitely having a nice game so far. 6 points, and she's really come forth today, getting some nice shots, and she's been probably the most consistent shooter so far of any Vulcan player today. Watson gets fouled as she drove to the hoop. That will be on Elena Antonenko, her first, team second. And this will be a foul for Antonenko. Still a nice play in there. Just got the hand of made contact there with Talon Watson of IUP. Just nice defensive play. You know, I hate getting the foul, but probably prevent another shot from going down for IUP and forcing them to go to the line and hurt them themselves here. And there you saw Antonenko did check out of the game for Irina Kukul. Watson is at the line to take 2 shots. She misses her first. Checking into the game for IUP will be Stamp as well as Stoner. Watson's second shot is good. Pulls within 2 of the Vulcans. Mickey Glenn brings it up. Glenn looks to drive inside. She will throws up a shot. She gets fouled on the play, and the shot will count. Mickey Glenn with another 2 points. She has 8 with a chance to make it 9. Just can't say enough about what Mickey Glenn's done today. I'm just so excited watching her. Mickey Glenn driving inside, forcing the foul, and getting the shot to fall. 8 points so far for the Vulcans. That leads anyone on the court so far, and she's getting back to the form she had earlier this season. And she, you know, when Emma Mahadi got earlier this season, she was taking over the role for Mahadi. Kind of role dampered a little bit when Mahadi came back, but she's just been so impressive today so far. Glenn misses her shot. Crimson Hawks come away with it. Stamp does not draw the foul that she was trying to, and the Vulcans will get possession. You know, yeah, Stamp tried to get a foul, and she just lost the ball by herself. Another turnover for IUP. Kukul pressured quickly, gives it to McKnight. McKnight back out to Glenn now. Glenn's going to reset and call a play with 9 minutes to go in the first half. Mickey Glenn over to McKnight. McKnight for 3. That is good. And California leads 21-14 with 8:50 left to go in the first half. Looks like a football score right now. Vulcans up by a touchdown. Huge shot there by Chelsea McKnight in a range from 3. First 3 of the game for the Vulcans, and they're just playing absolutely great so far. Playing the game they wanted, the whole IUP down so far. It's working. Watson looks to drive inside of Mahadi. She will, throws up a shot. That will not fall. California comes away with it. It's Mickey Glenn. Brings it up, gives it to Kukul. Back to Glenn. She drives inside, kicks it out to Kukul again, and her shot will fall. Irina Kukul gets the shot to fall, and we're going to see another timeout here. Excuse me, there's going to be... Well, this Vulcans team just looks great today. They're playing absolutely awesome so far. Forced 2 timeouts for IUP, and IUP doesn't even know what hit them. They're getting in their heads. They're like, oh yeah, you guys have a 3-game losing streak, and we're going to try to add to that misery. As we see a replay here, player of the game so far, no question, Mickey Glenn. Great start, 8 points right there. It's just an absolutely outstanding play. Draws inside of 2 Crimson Hawks, draws a foul, and gets the shot to fall. You can't say enough about what Mickey Glenn so far. And while she's not shooting, she's going to fire a pass out from to Chelsea McKnight, who drains to 3. First 3 any Vulcans have shot so far. They're starting to find a rhythm here. They're now at their largest lead of the game at 9. And there once again, Mickey Glenn firing off the Irina Kukul. Glenn, the team assist leader, and Kukul getting some big points off the bench. Mickey Glenn is doing it all for the Vulcans so far. We're going to look at the stats ranking here. Pretty even stats there. IUP first in scoring defense. Right now, that scoring defense is getting trampled by the Vulcans, and they lead the Vulcans in scoring margin, one of the best in the BSAC West. It's even stats, and right now the Vulcans are making IUP pay. They really are right now. California's come on strong, and IUP is really hurting themselves. California struggled shooting early. At the last media timeout, they were only shooting just under 30%. IUP at 28.6%, but California started to find their rhythm, and the Crimson Hawks can't seem to.
And Vulcans are going to continue to shoot well and play well if IUP's going to keep making costly turnovers already. They're up to, I believe, 7.
Matthew tried to make the pass to Stoner, and that will not go. California picks it off. California trying to get there quickly. That pass just too far from Mickey Glenn to Kukul. Kukul tried to catch up to it, but it's going to go to the IUP bench.
I don't understand the speed of the play there. You just forced IUP into another turnover like we said earlier. So we'll have a substitution here for IUP. Confusing there. They thought the refs were going to.
Wareham is going to check out of the game for the Crimson Hawks. We're back to action. 7:50 left to go in the first half. Vulcans lead 23-14. It's Stoner trying to back up Mahadi. Her shot went off on the rebound, comes to McKnight. Glenn brings it up, gives it to Mahadi. Now inside to Shanice Clark. Clark turns, throws up a shot. Her shot will not fall though, and it comes to Stamp. Matthew now going to set a play for the Crimson Hawks. Gives it to Watson. Watson gives it a Stamp to Matthew, now to Fairman, excuse me. Back to Matthew, inside to Stoner. Stoner around 2 Vulcan defenders. She's going to draw the foul.
And they wanted to foul Mahadi when Stoner first got the ball, and finally when she was over 2 Vulcans, they drew it again. So actually give the foul to Shanice Clark as she worked inside on Clark. Mahadi was right behind her. So Ashley Stoner will go to the line first. She's from Thomas Jefferson Hills in Pittsburgh, a junior, 6'1".
First shot is good for Stoner. Checking out of the game will be Clark and will be Antonenko.
Stoner's been one of IUP's better free throw shooters this season, going 82.6% from the line. And the chip into the Vulcans lead, IUP is going to need to hit these foul shots.
Hits the second one as well. Those were her first points of the game. Glenn brings it up, gives it to Kukul. Irina Kukul across the court to McKnight. McKnight thought about 3, now looks to drive inside, bounce pass to Kukul. Kukul shot is up and good as Irina Kukul picks up 2 more points.
And that's what Kukul does. She comes right off the bench. She gets clutch points like that underneath the boards there. Kukul, not the biggest player in the court, but she can make her presence felt and like she's a 6'3" center.
Fairman drives inside around Kukul, and her floating shot will fall for 2.
That was an interesting shot there from Amy Fairman. Nice right-hand hook there. IUP not making a lot of those lower shots fall there. See Antonenko go inside.
Her shot will not fall, and IUP has got into a full-court press here, trying to pressure the Vulcans into some turnovers. It has not worked so far. Matthew slows the play down with 6:17 left to go in the first. Matthew up high, gives it to Stamp, gets it right back out to Stamp. Now thought about 3, is pressured by McKnight. She gives it over to Fairman. Fairman looks to drive inside. She loses the handle, throws it out of bounds as she was trying to make a pass. California will get possession as Caitlin Fratz checks back into the game.
Great defense by the Vulcans there. Fairman had nowhere to go and just chucked the ball out of bounds. No chance to go inside there and add to the turnovers that IUP's had so far. It's been pretty sloppy so far.
6:01 left to go. Brooks comes back into the game.
Mahadi's on the bench there. She's pointing to herself. She's coming into the game.
I think Mahadi's set to inbound, and it's going to be a media timeout as it took a second for the officials to realize that it's going to be a 30-second timeout for California.
Some confusion right there. Not the play going sour for the Vulcans. Straub just calling her troops. This game was getting pretty fast there, as you saw. IUP was going to the full court press. As we'll look at the PSAC West standings here. And a game played earlier today. Edinburgh at home knocked off Gannon and took over first place in the PSAC West. And right behind him, as you see, Cal and Pitt Johnstown jockeying for 3rd and 4th, and IUP right there. It's so tight. And Seton Hill comes to the Convocation Center next Saturday, so that'll be another big game. Anything can happen, and we're still got a long way to go in this season, and it's really tight right now.
And I know we were talking about it on the way up that Gannon actually lost to Edinburgh today at Macomb Fieldhouse, so that is a big play in the PSAC West for women's basketball. Back to action here, Mahadi and Glenn going back and forth trying to break up this full court press. Glenn gets it back now. She sets the play. Gives it to Fratz. Back to Glenn, now down low to Mahadi. She's going to kick it back out to Fratz. Fratz tried to drive inside, instead kicks it back now. Mahadi for 2. That is good. A long 2 for Emma Mahadi. The lead is now 27-18 with 5:30 left to go.
Took a while, but Emma Mahadi's on the board here, and it's funny. The Vulcans are up by 9, and they only have 2 points from Emma Mahadi. Can you imagine if Emma Mahadi gets hot and gets to our normal point total? It's going to be very exciting to see.
A 3 here will not fall for Stapleton. California comes away with it. Chelsea McKnight gives it to Antonenko, kicks out now to Glenn. Glenn resets. Over to Fratz. Fratz kicks it way over to Glenn across the court. Tried to go to Antonenko, but it's picked off by Stamp. Lindsay Stamp quickly up to Matthew. Matthew pulls up, waits for some help, gives it to Stoner. Her shot is too strong, and Mahadi gets the rebound. Glenn brings it up. Looks to drive inside, instead pulls back out. 4:33 left to go. In the first half, Vulcans lead by 9. Glenn to Mahadi now. Mahadi looking to drive inside. 5 seconds on the shot clock. She takes the shot. That is good. 2 more points for Emma Mahadi.
Oh boy, Emma Mahadi's getting hot here. And now the Vulcans have their largest lead of the game, and it's a double-digit lead so far. Emma Mahadi getting the point total. When she gets that up, IUP, they're under so much fire right now.
Stamp looks to drive inside. She throws up a shot. That will not fall. Stoner gets the rebound, and finally they get a second chance shot there. And
IUP needed that badly. Stoner, nice play there, grabbing the rebound from Stamp there, putting it up. Ashley Stoner's had a pretty nice game so far for IUP as they cut the lead back down to 9. Let's see if the Vulcans can respond here.
Glenn gives it to Fratz quickly over to McKnight. Thought about 3, instead goes across the court, but that's going to be picked off by Matthew. Stamp throws up a 3. That is no good. Rebound comes to McKnight. Chelsea McKnight gives it to Mickey Glenn, who's going to bring it up. Welcome back to CUTV's coverage of Vulcan women's basketball. We do apologize as we had a breaker blow in the truck, but you did not miss anything as it was a media timeout. The Vulcans still lead 29-20 as we are coming right out of it with 3:11 left to go in the first half.
Came out of, if there was ever a chance for something to happen like that, it came out of timeout. So got perfectly. Get back to the action. Still a 9-point lead for the Vulcans as we close in here on the end of the first half.
Brooks still has possession. She's looking for some sort of help. She gives it away to Fratz. Fratz then runs into Brooks, and Brooks is going to take a foul. That will be her second, team 5th.
Great play by Caitlin Fratz there, stealing the ball, and she was clogged around 3 IUP defenders, and she ended up one that bumped into her and forced a foul. It's second time Caitlin Fratz has forced a foul so far. Having a very nice game so far, just continues to have great success.
Shanice Clark checks into the game for Emma Mahadi. And Fratz will inbound the ball with 2:54 left to go in the first. Seabaum brings it up, gives it to Clark. Clark's shot will not fall. Rebound comes to Hines. Ashley Hines kicks it out to Glenn. Now to Seabaum on the wing. Seabaum kicks it out to Glenn again. Glenn drives inside. Her shot will not fall. The rebound bounces around and eventually comes to IUP. Matthew brings it up. Matthew still has control. She's trying to set something up here for the Crimson Hawks, and she's going to get called for the travel as she was pressured by Kate Seabaum.
9th turnover for IUP so far in this game. We haven't seen a lot of Kate Seabaum in this game so far. She's coming out and adding to the nice defense that the Vulcans have had so far. Number 10 for the IUP Crimson Hawks, Marina Wareham, come back into the game for IUP as Cal will take over.
So far in this game, the Crimson Hawks are only shooting 7 for 25. That is 28%.
That's unbelievable.
Kate Seabaum pulls back out. She gives the ball away, though, to Atkins. Atkins brings it up. Gives it to Stapleton. Stapleton takes a shot. That is good for 3. Leslie Stapleton with the 3.
Boy, Leslie Stapleton, a nice 3 there. Had a nice friendly rim there in there. Cut the lead, but Vulcan lead back to 6. It was once at 11. See the timeouts. IUP seems to have made some adjustments and starting to hit their shots down. I mean, that's a staggering number we had to get the last media timeout.
Glenn takes the shot. That's no good. Ashley Hines gets the rebound, and it's going to be a foul on Hines. She's not happy about it, but that will be her second, team 4th.
Ashley Hines going up here for the rebound. As she said, she's a nice rebound in the game so far, but it's too much contact there, and IUP will get the ball back as they're continue to close in the lead there. Vulcans need to try to get back to the way they were playing, how they once made it an 11-point lead.
It's going to be a timeout for the Crimson Hawks as they try to get something going here. Still down by 6 to California with 1:30 left to go in the first half. California shooting at the last media timeout 13 for 27, so they've really turned it around and found a way to hit some shots. IUP, though, still cold. If they start to heat up, this could be a different game.
It really is, and the Vulcans, each team has not been playing great, been playing very sloppy, each team with 10 turnovers. Vulcans really got their shots around, but now you see a shot that Leslie Stapleton hit on the left there. They forced Ashley Hines into a foul here, and suddenly it's a 6-point game again. But I agree, if IUP starts hitting their shots, it's going to be a real barn burner.
Melanie Todd will inbound for the Crimson Hawks. And bringing it up is Wareham. Wareham still has control, has it taken away though on her attempted pass by Shanice Clark. Mickey Glenn now sets the play for California. Glenn gives it to Fratz. Caitlin Fratz drives inside, offensive foul. Believe it's going to go against Shanice Clark. It will. And that's her second.
Another offensive foul. You see Shanice Clark going for the block there, just slams right into Alexis Aiken for the IUP Crimson Hawks, and that's a second straight possession for the Vulcans that they've had an offensive foul, and giving IUP another chance to cut to the lead. We see Amy Fairman come back into the game for the Crimson Hawks.
Wareham is going to bring it up. 1 minute to go in the first half. Vulcans still lead by 6. Atkin. Now the ball comes to Wareham. Wareham looking for some help. She gives it to Fairfield, and there's going to be a foul on the play. It's going to go against, I believe, Irina Kukul.
Fairman had the ball. Kukul tried to rip the ball away from Fairman. You can see right there, she made hand smacked Fairman's up there, and she got another foul. And Cal's fouls are adding up here at the end of the half.
.45 seconds to go in the first half. Fairman has control. She's looking for some help. She finds Atkin. Atkin drives inside. Her shot will fall. 29-25 the score.
Alexis Aiken with a great play right there. She drove the lane. No Vulcans caught her until the last minute, and she had a pretty easy shot there. Now it's a 4-point game. Vulcans now with 20 seconds left. They'll probably hold the ball here Actually, well, they're 1 second on the shot clock, so they can pretty much hold the ball at the end here. They can get a last shot here and finish strong, go to halftime with the lead.
Glenn gives it to McKnight, who quickly checks the clock, 8 seconds on the shot clock. She drives inside, she has the ball go off of her foot and out of bounds. 2.5 seconds is what IUP will have to try to get a shot off here.
Well, Chelsea McKnight, they're losing the ball. Not the way the Vulcans want to end here. See if IUP have some time to get a last shot here.
Fairman heaves it down, picked off though by Fratz. Fratz throws up a last second shot. That will not fall, and the Vulcans will take a 29-25 lead into the locker room. Stay tuned for second half action next right here on CUTV.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
You are watching CUTV, California University Television. Vulcan Women's Basketball on CUTV, brought to you by First Niagara, JD Waterproofing, Lee Supply Company, the Physical Therapy Institute, Trip Total Media, and UPMC Health Plan. Taking a look at the halftime stats now, the one big thing that sticks out is the 9 for 27 shooting of IUP.
And that's truly an unbelievable number. IUP, one of the better offensive teams, but this is why they've struggled. They have a 3-game losing streak around. They haven't been shooting well. And not to say the Vulcans have been shooting better, but they're just getting it done right now. IUP's, both teams have been very sloppy. You can see Vulcans with 13 turnovers. A lot of them came late. IUP really was turning over the ball late. But it's still, IUP closed in on from 11-point lead for the Vulcans to 4 now at the end of the half. So they still made a game of this. Like you said, right before the half, if IUP starts hitting those shots, it's going to be a whole new ball game. I was going to see here, Marina Matthey open up the scoring here for the game. She's one of 2 3-pointers she's made today for the Crimson Hawks. And Ashley Hines drive inside here. She's going to miss it the first time here, but what you really want to see is the effort she gives after the miss here over 2 Crimson Hawk defenders and puts it back in. Just great effort for Ashley Hines, and that's why she got a start today. Here's Caitlin Fratz, nice interception here. She's go all alone for the easy 2. Caitlin Fratz having a decent game so far, putting up 5 points so far, and she gets hot for the Vulcans. This could be very huge in the second half. You can see that is number 12, Leslie Stapleton, with the mask on, 3-pointer for the Crimson Hawks. That cut the lead from 11 to 8 points here. So we're going to get ready to start the second half. Should be interesting to see what happens here in a very tightly contested rivalry battle here.
IUP will start out with the ball. It is Matthey. Matthey still has control. Kicks it over to Stapleton. Stapleton drives inside. Her shot is good for 2. 29-27 now the score.
Leslie Stapleton working inside there, just got all alone right through the Vulcans defense, and now it's a 2-point game suddenly. Vulcans see that have something happen, and errant passes like that from Alana Antonenko is not going to help the cause, as the Vulcans will have their 14th turnover of the game.
Yeah, you saw the halftime stats, and Matt, you mentioned it. Both of these teams with quite a few turnovers. That's something that both coaches are going to want to see cut down in this game. Matthey brings it up. Matthew drives inside, throws up a shot. That will fall, and it's a tied game with 19:18 left to go in the second half.
And now it's a tie game. Credit to IUP. They're starting to get those shots to fall now. They started off very, very poor, but now they're the shots to fall. It's now a tie game, and the Vulcans need to get something going. They caught IUP off guard in the first half to start out, and IUP's come right out of the second half and erased that 4-point lead.
Frats gives it to Mahadi. Mahadi resets the play, only 6 seconds on the shot clock. She's going to pull up for a long three. That's too strong. Rebound gets tipped by Hines. She tried to go after it, but Brooks comes away with it. Gives it to Matthew, now to Stapleton. She'll try for three, and that is good as the Crimson Hawks have come out hot and now take the 3-point lead.
Leslie Stapleton coming out, and here's IUP has forced the Vulcans into a timeout. That's what the Vulcans forced, 2 early timeouts for the Crimson Hawks. Cal needs to get something going here. They've come out this half completely flat, turning the ball over, and IUP is starting to hit those shots they missed in the first half. So it starts right here. Leslie Stapleton, 5 points already in the opening, not even 2 minutes into this so far here. She's got the mask on. Doesn't look like it's even affected her at all. See Marita Matthew, she's now up to 8 points with this layup. It's her first 2-point basket of the game so far. Hit 2 threes to start. And Vulcans just need to just settle down. It's early in the second half. Yes, they've been behind in this game. They were behind 3 to start the game here. See Leslie Stapleton with a nice 3-point shot there. Just relax things. But you see IUP playing with a whole lot of confidence right there. Confidence we didn't see in the first half.
This is definitely a different IUP team coming out with a lot of energy right now, and you might be seeing the effects of a 3-game losing streak. All of a sudden, one of the leaders might have stepped up and said, listen, girls, we got to find a way to end this. This has to stop now, and what better way than to do it against a rival team? And California now needs to regain their mindset that they had at the end of the first half, because they were playing incredible at that point, hitting everything, getting the steals, and now they're kind of pushed back on their heels once again.
And you knew IUP was going to adjust. IUP's too good of a team not to just fall back like that, especially at home here in an arena they've had done so well in. Credit to coaching, and this is a very important game in the standings. We saw earlier, Pitt Johnstown 3-3, Cal 3-3, and IUP right now is tied with 2 other teams that are also sitting at 2-3. It's one win or one loss, one of these teams could just shuffle the standings so big. Vulcans, they said, just need to calm down. Coach Strom does great work in timeouts, so let's see if Vulcans come out here and erase that IUP lead.
Mickey Glenn brings it up for California. She gives it to Mahadi now. Mahadi's going to try her luck inside, kicks it back out, but it goes to IUP. It's Matthew coming away with it. Marita Matthew stood up, passes it back to Stapleton. Stapleton drives inside, and that is good for another 2 points for Leslie Stapleton. She's up to 10 today.
They have no answer for Leslie Stapleton right now. That's 7 of those 10 points have just come in the last 2 minutes. They really need to get something to fall, and that will help right there as Caitlin Frats gets it to go.
Big 2 points for Caitlin Frats there. She's up to 9 today, and the Vulcans pull within 1 shot once again. Stapleton to Brooks. Brooks looking to drive inside. She does now, excuse me, that was Atkins that made the original pass, but now it's going to get stolen away. Frats looking to touch it. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be possession, California, or IUP, excuse me.
That was a weird play there. It's a ball bounce all back. Frats tried to go back there and see if she touched it, but yeah, it did not look like that. Number 5, that Marita Matthew, did not touch the ball. Frats was the last one to touch it, so a good call by the refs. They were right there to make the call. It was very close. I thought maybe it might have hit Matthew, but as you can see in the replay there, it did not hit Matthew.
Some discussion now between the officials. There's 9 seconds left on the shot clock right now. And it will stay that way with 17:34 left to go in the second half. Watson gets it. She has 7 seconds. Looks to drive inside, pulls up, takes a shot. That will fall, and everything is going in for the Crimson Hawks now.
Funny what difference a half makes. IUP can't hit the broadside of the barn in the first half, and now they're coming out shooting exactly what they need to do. Now they have their largest lead of the game at 5. Vulcans just really need the answer here.
Caitlin Fratt still has control of it, loses control, and she's going to draw the foul. It's going to go against Watson. That's her first, team first.
Caitlin Fratt, that's her. Believe that's her third foul I've seen her draw so far. She's doing a nice job. Exactly. Get IUP in foul trouble. Get some of their best players in foul trouble. They were doing Cal was winning the foul ratio so far in the first half. See Kukul go inside there, and that will be actually a turnover for Cal there. I believe. Is that all?
It's going to be a travel.
Travel. Yep.
Yeah, travel on Kukul there. She tried to drive the lane.
16.
Matthew going to the bench now. I believe her hand is bleeding, so they may have to sub her out.
That's now 16 turnovers for the Vulcans. That needs to change.
They are going to have to sub Matthew out, I believe. Caitlin Fratz was also getting some tape around her arm. And into the game for IUP will be Amy Fairman. With 16:58 left to go in the first half, the Crimson Hawks lead by 5 here at the KCAC. Watson brings it up. Gives it to Fairman. Back to Watson. Watson gives it to Fairman once again, top of the key. She looked to drive inside, instead gives it quickly to Atkins. Atkins drives inside. Her shot will not fall, but she draws the foul. It's going to go against Mickey Glenn. That is her first, team second.
A great player, Alexis Aiken, working inside there. Mickey Glenn. First half, it was Mickey Glenn forcing those fouls. Alexis having a nice game so far. Only a sophomore out of North Allegheny High School in Wexford, Pennsylvania. School mostly known for football. Actually, it's a great athletic program. She misses her first shot here.
Atkins looking to extend this lead up to 6, and she will not. The rebound comes to Ashley Hines. It's going to be a foul on the play. I think it's going to go against Brooks based on her reaction, and it will. That's her third, team second.
It's key to get a player like Zanae Brooks in foul trouble. She's got threes. We'll see Ashley Stoner checking into the game. Ashley Hines, great rebounder she is. That's what she does. She goes up there and forced Brooks to go a little too aggressive inside and drew the foul.
Mahadi gives it to Glenn. Glenn's shot went off. A rebound comes to Kukul. Kukul draws the foul, and she will go to the line.
Nice play by Kukul. That's not the first time she's done it this game. Just works inside. Look at that. 2 defenders around her. She draws the foul, and defenders that really she doesn't size well up against, and she draws the foul here.
The foul is going to go against Fairman. So score now 36-32. And she misses her second. Watson brings it up. Double team, looks for some help, passes it though right to Caitlin Fratz. Fratz brings it up, tries to draw the foul, and she will against Watson, who is just trying to get back defensively.
Caitlin Fratz, without question, is probably the best playmaker for the Vulcans. I mean playmaker, she's got the speed, she's got the shooting, and she draws fouls like that against Talon Watson. And Vulcans, again, they're giving IUP in the somewhat of some foul trouble. I mean, see player Amy Fairman's got 2 fouls. I believe that was Talon Watson's first foul of the game, as it says up here on the scoreboard. Get those players in foul trouble, force some bench players for IUP, and they can take advantage easily. And more importantly, don't foul yourself.
16:04 left to go in the second half. Fratz drives inside, she throws up a shot. That will fall. Caitlin Fratz, and the California bench is up for that as they pull within 2.
Caitlin Fratz bringing that energy to the Vulcans. You know, they're knocked back down, but not out forever. It's only a 2-point game now. They're once down by 5. They're getting their legs under them. They slow start to the half, but they're getting there, and you can see a nice rebound there for Mickey Glenn, playing a lot better.
Glenn brings it up. She gives it to Hines. Ashley Hines drives inside. Her shot does not hit anything, and it comes to Matthew. Matthew brings it up. Pulls up, takes a shot. That's no good. Rebound comes to Kukul. Now it's Glenn to Mahadi. Mahadi for two. That's no good. Stapleton came down with it.
Seen a lot of back and forth action again. Our teams missed it. We saw that at various points in the first half. You see, one of these shots are going to have to fall eventually.
Stapleton gets it back once again. Looking for some help, she finds Atkins. Atkins gives it to Watson. Watson turns, shoots. That shot will not fall. It comes to Glenn. Mickey Glenn brings it up quickly for the Vulcans. Almost has it stolen away, maintains control, drives inside, throws up a shot, and that will fall. And this game is tied at 36 with 14:40 left to go.
Mickey Glenn up to double digits in points, and now they forced IUP into a timeout. You know, again, Coach Strom right out of the timeout. They just continue to handle their shots. They're doing a nice job here. And just now it's a tie game. Mickey Glenn having a nice game so far. And now you see here, Caitlin Fratz. It's been Fratz and Glenn getting to go so far. Fratz forcing the foul, and like right there, Fratz gets it to go. And you need players. And Mickey Glenn, I love her composure here. Almost has the ball from her, holds on though, it goes up against Matthew right there, gets it to go and tie this game back up. Can't say enough about, like we said in the first half, about Mickey Glenn's play so far. And we're going to see, this is our YouTube page here for CUTV at CUTV Sports 1. CUTV News Center, you can see our news broadcast on CUTV News Center. And on CUTV Sports 1, you can see the replay of this game and also some football games from this evening. You missed the Vulcan sports game, or we have some high school games from the past season. That's on there too. Plus our match play coming up this semester as well.
Yes, you can. You can check those out just a couple of days afterwards, so no excuse for missing any of the action right here on CUTV. As Matt said, we upload all of the full games, and this timeout is very important because IUP only has one timeout left after this, so if this game gets close and it comes down to a bucket or two, IUP could be in some trouble.
Definitely, and that's what they forced. Cal forced them in the first half to use those timeouts, and right here IUP looked like they had a chance to possibly pull away. The Vulcans came right back, not losing ground to the power of the IUP. You know, I mean, those shots were going to hit. I mean, a team of great stature like IUP going 9 for 27 the first half, they were going to hit those shots. It was a close game, but it was how Cal was going to respond. At first, it wasn't so good. Now you get players like Mickey Glenn rolling again, Caitlin Fratz, the playmaker. It's tie game again. Anybody's ball game.
Back to action here. It's Matthew bringing it up. Matthew gives it to Stamp. Lindsay Stamp cuts inside. Her shot is good, and the Crimson Hawks takes the lead right back.
Nice response there for IUP. Well, and Stamp working inside. IUP hasn't had a lot of success working inside, but definitely in this half. See Mickey Glenn force a foul.
Glenn draws the foul, and there's an injured Crimson Hawks player on the ground. Let's take a look here at the replay. May have gotten her ankle turned as...
Oof. Landed on her knee, I think.
Looks to be Stamp. She is still down. You saw her immediately grab for that leg, and that's never a good sign. She's being attended to by the trainer in California, using this time with 14-13 left to go to try to set something up. IUP trying to regroup as well right now.
Trainer for IUP is working on the leg of Stamp there. It looked like that Mickey Glenn's back may have landed awkwardly on Stamp's knee when she hit the floor there. You can see the trainer, they don't have much time there. Actually, looking a whole leg there. They work, what trainers normally do, they only have little time to run, so they do some quick tests, maybe a quick knee test to just test the ACL, make sure that that's working well. And the ankle, they work the ankle around as well. But definitely Stamp with a nice basket there to give IUP the lead back. Definitely a player that the Crimson Hawks cannot afford to lose.
And Stamp does already have a brace on that ankle. We will have to wait and see here as the one official went to get one of the IUP players to help Stamp stand up here and get off the court, and she's not putting any weight on that leg.
Does not look good. If any time she looks like she's in a lot of pain, and That whole leg does not look like it's going to be working. That's good. That's huge.
Yes, it is, but IUP is going to have to find a way to regroup quickly here after losing a leader in Stamp.
Stamp, a junior at from Erie at Mercyhurst Prep. She started her career in her hometown with the Mercyhurst Lakers, and she transferred to IUP. Just definitely one of the better scorers for the better rebounder. She leads the team in rebounds, and when you still have Ashley Hines on the floor, that was big. It was an interesting matchup all game as we see Mickey Glenn go to the line here and see if she can tie this game up.
Glenn's first shot is good. Pulls the Vulcans within one, and IUP already has 5 team fouls in this half with 14-13 left to go.
Exactly what the Vulcans needed to do.
Glenn's second shot is good as well, and we are tied at 38. Matthew brings it up. Gives it to Fairman. Now to Atkin. Atkin looks for some help, finds Fairman. Fairman is able to control the pass. Gives it to Matthew. Now inside to Stoner, who got open around Fratz, and that will fall for 2. Mickey Glenn brings it up for California. Gives it to Kukul, who struggled to catch that pass, but she didn't. Now gives it back to Glenn. Mickey Glenn going to cut inside, so she kicks back out to Fratz. Fratz now looking to drive. She throws up a shot. That will not fall. She gets her own rebound, though. She has time, and she kicks it out to Mahadi. Now to Glenn. Mickey Glenn goes to Fratz. Plenty of time to work with on the shot clock. It's at 15. Mahadi now. Mahadi steps, takes it 2. That's no good. Rebound brought down by Todd. Matthew now brings it up for Indiana. Matthew gives it to Fairman. Fairman looks for some help. 14 seconds on the shot clock. He goes around to Matthew again. Matthew fought off Clark. 8 seconds. Tried to go to Stoner. Not able to. It bounces now to Todd. Todd throws up a shot, and there's going to be a foul on the play as it's going to go against Caitlin Fratz.
Melanie Todd there, haven't seen much of her there. Mickey Glenn, oh, tough break. She could have had a big turn, forced a big turnover there, couldn't handle the ball. Melanie Todd comes in, and Caitlin Fratz called for the blocking foul there. So you see Melanie Todd go to the line for the first time in this game. Excuse me, it's not a shooting foul.
There was some confusion there about whether it was a shooting foul or not, but the officials say it was not. So Matthew has possession with 12:30 left to go in the first. Drive inside here by Fairman is good for the floater for 2.
IUP really getting the shots to fall, as we said earlier. And now suddenly a 4-point lead. They've responded nicely since that timeout. See Mickey Glenn.
And Glenn responds with her own to keep it a 2-point game. Picked off, or Melanie Todd, excuse me, gets possession quickly. She goes to Stoner, now to Fairman. Fairman drives inside, throws a shot, and that will fall for Amy Fairman. Back up to a 4-point game with 12 minutes to go in the half.
Fairman back-to-back possessions with her scoring. As we see, look at Mickey Glenn respond.
Basket is good.
The basket is good for Mickey Glenn as you see her draw the foul here. And we have reached a media timeout. So with that, we are going to take a break. We'll be right back here on CUTV.
Watch CUTV online anytime, anywhere. Check out your favorite original programs, coverage of the biggest events on campus, and cheer on your Vulcan sports teams. CUTV. Log on. Tune in now. Visit cutv.calu.edu/live.
With 18 institutions, my conference is the largest league across all NCAA classifications. With nearly 7,000 student athletes competing in 23 championships, my conference sponsors the most championships in Division II. With a 78% academic success rate, my conference graduates student athletes well above the national average. We compete with passion. We take pride in our efforts in the arena and in the classroom. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Passion, pride, Pennsylvania.
Welcome back to CUTV's coverage of Vulcan women's basketball, and there you see our online stream. CUTV is online 24/7 at cutv.calu.edu. You can pick up our live programming feed as well as our schedule on that website, so you can watch CUTV anywhere. Back to action here. California will have a player at the line. It will be Mickey Glenn. California's still down 44-42 with 11:54 left to go, but the Crimson Hawks do have 6 fouls. Glenn does finish off the 3-point play there and makes it a 1-point game.
So you see IUP getting those fouls early. The Vulcans can force and get into the bonus quickly and start getting chances to get key points there and cut into the IUP lead and try to, of course, obviously try to retake it.
Fairman with it now goes across the court to Watson. Watson drives inside, tried to kick it out to Glenn. It's going to go off of Mahadi and out of bounds. So with 11:31 left to go, the Crimson Hawks will maintain possession, but only 8 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Fairman inbounds to Stapleton. Stapleton has 5 seconds. She kicks it out to Watson. Watson, 3. Throws up a 3. That is good for Melody Watson as the shot clock was expiring.
Oh my goodness, what a shot by Taylor Watson. Boy, IUP working down, almost got a shot clock violation, just fired up a prayer, and it counted. And now it's shots like that didn't fall for the Crimson Hawks in the first half, and now she extends the lead to 4 there. Mickey Glenn drew another foul.
And so it'll be a 1-and-1 here for Glenn, as that was the 7th team foul, and there's still 11:16 left to go in the half.
Good to be in the bonus still this early in the half. Absolutely.
Glenn makes her first. Mickey Glenn now up to 18 points for California. Make that 19 for Glenn as California pulls within 2 once again. Talon Watson brings it up. Watson gives it to Stapleton. Stapleton back to Watson as she was driving to the hoop. Does a good job to stay in bounds. Pulls it back up. Wide open 3 is no good. Rebound comes to Melanie Todd, and it's going to be a travel here against Todd. California will get possession back.
Good turnover force there by the Vulcans. They haven't gotten as much pressure as they wanted to, like they did in the first half, to force IUP in the bad shots. And now as they work, fortunately getting the travel there and trying to either tie or take the lead here.
Glenn drives inside herself, and that is good. Mickey Glenn, 21 points now in the game. This game is tied again.
It is the Mickey Glenn show in the KCAC today. Over 20 points now, and a big reason why the Vulcans are in this game here. Stolen away.
Ashley Hines with the steal all alone, goes in and gets the layup, and California takes the lead once again in the second half.
Oh my, how the momentum has swung. Ashley Hines, after Mickey Glenn tied it, just ripped it away all alone, no contest, easy shot. Vulcans back in the lead.
And IUP only has 1 timeout remaining, so they'd probably like to save that in case they need it later in the game. Stapleton gives it to Todd. Todd inside. That shot is good. This game is tied up again with 10 minutes to go in the half, 49 each.
Crimson Hawks need key points like that from players like Melanie Todd. You see Melanie Todd's taken over for Lindsay Stamp there. She's going up inside against Hines. Mahadi What a play.
Mahadi drew the foul against Watson. And the shot does count, so it's 51-49. Mahadi with the chance to finish the three-point play. IUP is going to come away with it after that shot is good. Now a three-point game with California leading. Fairman thought about driving inside. She will now. Drives inside, tries to draw the foul. It's going to be an offensive foul. Mickey Glenn, good job to get her feet set there.
Oh, Mickey Glenn, you know, when she's not shooting the ball and hitting everything in sight, she has a nice play there. Stands tall against Amy Fairman. Amy Fairman at 5'9", going against Glenn, who's 5'7". Bigger size advantage for Fairman. Glenn standing tall. She's doing it all. No question the MVP of the Vulcans. No question about it.
Mahadi quickly throws it up to Clark. Clark now going to try to back up Stoner, but that's going to be a foul against Shanice Clark. That's her third. Team third.
A little rush there from Shanice Clark, and the Vulcans, you know, they did a nice job of forcing an offensive foul for IUP, and then Clark goes inside too hard on Ashley Stoner, and now IUP will get a chance to try to cut into the lead.
Brooks checks into the game for the Crimson Hawks. It's Matthew bringing it up. Matthew pressured by Glenn. She's looking for some help. 9:05 left to go in the half. Stoner gives it to Matthew. Across the court to Stapleton. Stapleton tries to drive inside. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gives it to Stoner. Has it stolen away by Clark. Fratz brings it up. One girl to beat, and she makes it. Vulcans lead by 5.
But Shanice Clark making up for that offensive foul. She beats it to Fratz, and you know, 9 out of 10 times when Fratz has got one-on-one, she'll make it fall, and now the Vulcans opening up that lead again.
Brooks still with possession. Drives inside, but there's going to be a foul.
On Mahadi.
Will be on Emma Mahadi. That is her first, team fourth, so fresh shot clock here with 8:28 left to go in the half. Stapleton, quick shot, will not fall, gets her own rebound, does maintain possession, kicks it out to Atkins. That gets taken away by Fratz as she tips it out of bounds.
Really impressed with Leslie Stapleton in this game so far. She is the leading point total for the Crimson Hawks so far there. She misses a shot, he grabs the rebound, and even though they still did not get a shot off there, they were able to keep the ball.
Stoner drives inside, and that shot is good. It's a 3-point game, 8:15 left to go in the half. McKnight's shot is good as well. 5 points now for Chelsea McKnight.
Great pass from Mickey Glenn to set up McKnight perfectly. Respond quickly and right away from the Crimson Hawks. You know, IUP's been trying to turn this game into a track meet, and when they take the lead, try to hold it back. You see Mickey Glenn, he's doing it all.
Stolen away by McKnight. McKnight drives inside, throws up a shot. She tried to draw the foul as well. It's going to go out of bounds. Possession will stay with California as that went out on Ashley Stoner.
And Chelsea McKnight, a good side there. Ball, I believe. Oh no, that would have. I was going to say, I thought it looked like Ashley Stoner was going to touch it there at the end there, but so we will have our third media timeout here of the half. Mickey Glenn set that play up there again, forcing a turnover.
Guys, you take a look at some of these highlights. Mickey Glenn, like you were talking about.
Just can't say enough about what she's done. I've said that times, and I like this play right here. This was earlier when the Vulcans, believe this tied the game right back up. Ashley Hines stealing the ball away all alone. No, I don't even see any until the ending there when the shot was falling. Any Crimson Hawks in the photo here. And Melanie Todd taking over for the injured Lindsay Stamp, worked inside there on Hines. It was going to be interesting to see a player not that could compete with Ashley Hines, like Lindsay Stamp was doing, and then Caitlin Fratz right here. Shanice Clark set the play up after having giving up an offensive foul, and Caitlin Fratz has had a great half so far. Her and Glenn is the big reason why they've taken over. As we see, one of the shows we will be doing on CUTV this semester is the Jess Strom show. You'll see highlights from the previous game, you see a player interview and more, and it's great to go inside the mind of Jess Strom and talk about it. You can see it Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings only on CUTV. And Jess Strom's always great to talk to. I did an interview with her for the season preview for News Center last semester. She's a great coach, and I'm very happy she's the coach for the Vulcans. Always fun to talk to.
Absolutely, and those player interviews are also interesting at times as you get to know some of the girls off of the court. But right now, the Vulcans trying to take care of business on the court with a 5-point lead, 7:45 left to go in the half. Fratz gives it to Glenn, kicks it out now to Kukul. Kukul's three is good, and Irina Kukul with 3 more points today.
Irina Kukul doing what she does best. Haven't seen her play in a couple of minutes. Oh, she was on the bench. Comes off, other than Ashley Hines. I mean, to see Hines getting more of a starting role. Kukul is the best bench player for the Vulcans. See another turnover.
Chelsea McKnight brings it up for California. Now she's going to give it to Mickey Glenn. Glenn slowly takes her time to get across half court. Back to McKnight now. Fratz wanted it. She kind of waved her off as the Crimson Hawk was right there. Now McKnight going to take a 3. That's no good, and it bounces out to Brooks. Matthew brings it up, gives it to Stapleton. 6:52 left to go in the half. Vulcans lead 59-51. Matthew has control still. 10 seconds on the shot clock. She's pressured by Mickey Glenn. Finds a lane though, kicks it out to a wide open Stoner. Stoner's shot is good for 2.
Big 2 there from Ashley Stoner. Matthew really set that play up there. Pressured, shot clock winding down, is able to get through both Vulcan defenders, and Ashley Stoner was left wide open there. 6-point game. See what the Vulcans could do here.
Fratz with control, gives it to Glenn. Back to Fratz. She had an open 3, and said she's going to try and drive inside. Picks up the ball, gives it to Mahadi for 3. That's no good. Was offline there, and Matthew gets the rebound. Matthew brings it up. Gives it to Atkin. She looks to drive inside. She will. Now she's looking for some help. Gives it to Brooks. Brooks drives inside. It's going to be the offensive foul against Brooks. That is her 4th. Team 10th.
And so the right call to Brooks is just absolutely trucked over Fratz there. Easy call. Fratz had her feet set down. And, you know, IUP doesn't like to call, but I saw a replay there. It's a pretty good call by the officials. And now, see, IUP now 10 fouls so far. One of the keys I said coming out of the half, what the Vulcans needed to do when they withstood the storm that IUP came out with, force them into fouls, that's what they've done.
Glenn brings it up. She gives it to Fratz. Fratz cross court to Mahadi. Back to Glenn now, who's going to set the play. Glenn to Fratz. Caitlin Fratz back to Mickey Glenn. Bounce pass now to Mahadi. Kick back out to Fratz. Wide open 3. Too strong. Rebound comes to Atkin. Fairman now to Matthew again. 5:19 left to go in the second half. The Vulcans lead by 6. Almost stolen away there. Matthew gets it back, however. Matthew to Stoner. Stoner trying to back up and says she's going to give it to Atkin. Back to Matthew. They cannot get an open shot here, trying to drive inside. Atkin that time does get open inside. Her shot doesn't fall though. It comes to Stoner. Stoner gets the shot and 1 on the play.
That's just great awareness from Ashley Stoner. Atkin tried to go inside there and get the roll. Stoner over Ashley Hines, and he gets it the roll there. IUP now has a chance to cut into this lead 2-3 here.
Melanie Todd checking into the game for the Crimson Hawks as Stoner is at the line with a chance to complete the 3-point play. And she does. Now a 3-point game with 4:55 left to go. McKnight brings it up. Chelsea McKnight maintains control, kicks it to Bahati, now to Glenn. Glenn looking to drive inside. She gives it to Hines. Hines' shot is up and good. She'll get a chance to go to the line.
And that is why Mickey Glenn is the best assister on the team for the Vulcans. Look at that. No fear at all, right through Ashley Stoner. Hines puts it in. A huge 2 points there for the Vulcans, and it'd be even more huge if Ashley Hines can complete this three-point play there in response to IUP's three-point play.
The Vulcans already lead by 5. Trying to make it 6 here is Ashley Hines. Her shot is up. That is no good. Still a 5-point game. Matthew brings it up. Looking for some help, she finds Fairman. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Fairman back to Matthew. Matthew across the court to Stapleton. She's going to try for 3. That is good, and back to a one-possession game.
Stapleton's been probably the best shooter for the Crimson Hawks that have. Play was set up perfectly. They had the Vulcans boxed in, and Stapleton was able to get a wide open shot there. It's a 2-point game. This is getting very, very exciting with 4:03 left.
Mickey Glenn has possession again. Gives it to Fratz now. Fratz to McKnight. Top of the key. Over to Mahadi. 5 seconds on the shot clock. McKnight gets it back. She's going to take a long 3. That's no good. Todd comes down with the rebound, and she's going to draw the foul, as the foul will go against Ashley Hines.
And Melanie Todd, look at that matchup against Hines there, rose to rip the ball away, and Hines made contact with her and forced a foul. So we'll go our final media timeout here in the second half.
And with that, we are going to take a break. Stay tuned in a very close game right here on CUTV.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
You are watching CUTV, California University Television. Welcome back to CUTV's coverage of Vulcan women's basketball, and there you see the Ashley Hines play to put the Vulcans up, but IUP has stormed back in this basket, put them within 2.
On that play there, you see Melanie Todd, who's prevented Mahadi, the girl that was on her, and let Stapleton open the shot there. And then see Melanie Todd, how we have this here. Melanie Todd ripped the rebound away from Ashley Hines and forced a foul on Hines. And now IUP has a chance to tie it or take the lead with 3:41 left here. This is going to be very, very exciting.
Matthew gives it to Fairman. Fairman looks to drive inside. She will throw them a shot in. That is no good. Stoner gets it. She throws it up, and it's a tie game. 61 all here.
It's a second chance point, so we've seen Ashley Stoner do that a lot so far here. It's a tie game. Looked like the Vulcans could try to close this out, but the resiliency of this Crimson Hawk team has been well documented here, and it's anybody's game, absolutely anybody's game.
McKnight has control. She gives it to Mahadi. 3:05 left to go in the game. Almost stolen away. Mahadi still has it. 5 seconds. She throws up a shot, and that is good for 3. Vulcans take the 64-61 lead.
What a clutch shot by Emma Mahadi. Vulcans needed that badly. IUP went on a little run there, but you have Mahadi, one of your scoring leader. Not had a lot of points so far in this game, but big 3 right there. Big 3 points.
Fairman with control. She gives it to Matthew. Matthew, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Tried to go to Stapleton. She gets it back, though. She does have possession. It's going to go and be a jump ball here.
Cal will get the ball there. Great play with Chelsea McKnight there. Took the ball away there from Leslie Stapleton, and her and Matthew went against it there. Is forced the jump ball. Surprised they weren't called for a travel there. but nonetheless, the possession error was with the Vulcans, and they will get the ball back here with 2:29 here, getting down the crunch time here at the KCAC.
Mickey Glenn slows the pace down. Tries to set the play. She directs traffic with Clark. Gives it across the court. Mahadi from 3. Again, that is no good. Rebound comes to Fairman. Fairman brings it up quickly. Gives it to Matthew. Matthew pulls up. Finds Stapleton. Hesitates just a second. Drives inside. And that's going to be an offensive foul against Stapleton. She doesn't like the call, and neither do the IUP faithful.
They don't like the call, but it was the right call. Stapleton works inside here. Mahadi just tramples the elbow well. Mahadi didn't really have her feet set, but still, I mean, threw the elbow in there. You can't go with that there, and the Vulcans will get another. That was a big foul call here. As you see, IUP used their final.
I believe it's California that called the timeout as they tried to get something set up here with 1:57 left to go. They do lead by 3. So California and Jess Strong trying to get something drawn up here to extend this lead and put it almost out of reach.
And they've done a really nice job. IUP again with another run to tie the game up. Emma Mahadi with a great three-pointer here. Coach Strom setting his team up here for the final 2 minutes of this game, get some plays worked out. And basically the key is in these final 2 minutes is don't turn the ball over and don't let IUP have easy shots like that. So you see just the magnitude of this game right here. Cal tied for 3rd place in the PSAC West, and IUP is tied with 3 different teams, Seton Hall and Mercyhurst. And if Cal could pull this off here, this would be IUP's 4th loss in a row. That could really set IUP back. IUP normally one of the favorites in the PSAC West. And as we mentioned earlier, Edinburgh defeated Gannon in overtime today. So now the Fighting Scots have reclaimed 1st place in the PSAC West.
California brings it up. It is Mickey Glenn. She gets it across. No, she did not in time. California did not get across the court. I do not believe they did. I think they were about 1 second off before Mahadi stepped across the half-court line. It'll be interesting to see what they decide here. Mickey Glenn, I think, is arguing that they did, and they're going to say California did get across in the 10 seconds they have, but very, very close call.
Well, that was a very close call there. Usually don't see one ref overturn the other's ref decision there. It's hard to tell at the time. The refs have to keep 10 seconds on themselves, so you don't see you can watch the shot clock or whatever, but nonetheless, it's the Vulcans' ball. Let's see if they can extend the lead.
McKnight thought about a shot, stutter stepped there, but she's getting it called for the travel, and that will be a turnover. Checking into the end will be Shanice Clark for Ashley Hines.
Pretty obvious call there. Knight tried to go inside, stutter stepped, she hesitated, and that's gonna get called every time. You can't see IUP try to cut the lead in here. 1:26 left.
Matthew drives inside and cuts the lead down to 1:20 left to go. The Crimson Hawks do have 10 team fouls though, so if they decide to foul California, Cal will be going to the line for 2. The shot will not fall for Glenn, taken away by Stapleton. Stapleton gives it to Matthew to bring up. Matthew maintains control through a couple of Vulcans and does bring it up. 1 minute left to go in regulation. Matthew over to Fairman, now to Brooks. Brooks loses the handle. Goes to Mickey Glenn. Glenn brings it up, fights off Brooks. 45 seconds left. Fratz has control. She gives it to McKnight. Now to Glenn. It's going to be a timeout.
60-second full timeout called by.
So you see,
and it's going to be a California timeout.
Be a California timeout, and that was a huge turnover. I couldn't see. There's a lot of bodies around there where the turnover happened to see who ripped the ball there from the Crimson Hawks there. Now, as we get down to crunch time here, 15 seconds on the shot clock here, 35 seconons left in the game. IUP will still have some time to force Cal on the shot. You're only down by 1, but if it gets down to foul shooting, Cal needs to start really crack down on their foul shooting. get it done and see if they can close this out. This huge win, is potentially huge win.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at some replays here. This is how we got here. Brooks had a chance, had it stripped away though by Fratz. And then Mickey Glenn slowly brought it up for California. So a good defensive play there by Caitlin Fratz to strip that ball.
That's why Caitlin Fratz is the best playmaker on this team. It's just she's been doing that all game, and it couldn't have came at a better time. IUP and Matthew cut the lead to 1. IUP was able to get the ball back, and then Caitlin Fratz punching the ball out, and Mickey Glenn able to hold it. And now this is going to be very exciting. Got 35.8 seconds left. A rivalry game. This is huge. Cal's possibly first win ever in the KCAC. A first win by any basketball team for California in this great arena here at IUP. To see what happens here and see if the Vulcans can pull this game out.
California has 15 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Mahadi gives it to Glenn. Glenn trying to bring it up now, and she will. She gives it to Mahadi. California still up by 1, 27 seconds to go. Glenn drives inside, throws up a shot. That will fall for Glenn. Still a one-shot game. Shot clock is off.
And that's why Mickey Glenn, if Vulcan's, it's a question, she's been the player of this game. Why not give it to your playmaker? We need a shot like that. Huge three, long three.
Hits nothing though and goes out of bounds. 11.4 seconds left. And you're going to see IUP foul here because shot clock is off. The Vulcans lead by 3, and you're going to see a timeout by California. Trying to get something set up. Irina Kukul also is going to check into the game.
I do not understand why Amy Fairman took that shot. She had enough time and just fired up an absolute bomb from the corner and completely missed there. Vulcans can really game here, and this is really the player of the game, Mickey Glenn. She's done everything offensively, shooting, with the assists. I like her assist total has been up in this game, and you know they gave it to her. Give it to your best player. Give it to your best player in the game, and that's what they did. Mickey Glenn working inside there, got a big shot to make it a 3-point game. And there you see Fairman just throw up a not needed prayer, and ball went out of bounds. Vulcans get the ball here, and now IUP obviously are forced to foul here. Now the key is to see if Cal can close out this game here with 11 seconds left by making their foul shots and not turning the ball over.
Inbound to Mickey Glenn, and that is who Matthew is going to foul. So Glenn will go to the line for 2. California leads by 3 with a chance to make it 4 or 5 here.
Fitting that the chance to close out the game comes from the player of the game, as we just mentioned, and Mickey Glenn 5 for 6 from the free throw line so far. One of your better free throw shooters this season. 79.7% from the line this year. See if Glenn can really put this game on ice.
First shot for Glenn is good. 24 points now for Mickey Glenn in this game. Ashley Hines checks in for Irina Kukul. Glenn shot, second shot, no good. Brooks gives it to Matthew. 7 seconds. Fairman to Stapleton. She gets it stripped, and it's going to be California ball with 2.5 seconds left to go in the game. And a 4-point lead for the Vulcans.
And that will pretty much wrap things up here. A great turnover forced there. Fitting it's a forced turnover. We'll give it to Kukul and a quick foul. And now the Vulcans are going to get ready to celebrate their first ever win at the KCAC.
1.6 seconds left. Kukul at the line for California. Irina Kukul with a strong game off the bench has 8 points. Now 9 for the Vulcans as they lead by 5.
It's not easy to win in this arena. IUP really plays well, and the Vulcans do not really play well in IUP here, but it's just absolutely huge, this game.
And the Vulcans will get their first win at the KCAC as they defeat the Crimson Hawks 69-63.
Just, you can't say enough of the performance of the Vulcans. They just get a huge win in the PSAC battle. They put themselves now at 4-3, sole possession of third place in the PSAC West, and kicks IUP down loses a 4 straight now. And Mickey Glenn, no question MVP player of the game, just did it all, and the reason why the Vulcans got their first ever win at the KCAC.
For Matthew Hagee, I'm Allison Steinheiser. Thank you very much for watching Vulcan Women's Basketball right here on CUTV.